Hello, Professor Nolan here again, continuing my tour of the food forest. And I just want to show you all, now that it is April 3rd, everything is in bloom. So look at the food forest right now. It is gorgeous. I told you all the golden ragwort was gonna bloom. Oh, the pawpaws are blooming. Oh, almost. They're just starting to open up. The ragwort is absolutely gorgeous. Look at it. And the crabapple trees are blooming. Oh, and here's the redbud. Redbuds are one of my favorites. They always bloom this time of year. You'll notice them along roadsides. They're native. They fix nitrogen because they're actually a type of bean. All these little flowers turn into beans in the fall, and the flowers are edible. They're kind of sweet and tangy. They're good, really good. And the leaves are going to be heart-shaped, so it's a very loving plant. Absolutely gorgeous. Here's the label, Eastern Redbud, and there's the scientific name as well. Oh, and more of the pear flowers are blooming. Absolutely gorgeous. Ooh, we have some lemon balm right here. Ooh, it smells really good. Great for making tea. And just for smelling, even the aromatherapy of herbs can be healing. All the comfrey is coming up. Our sedum, which is more just a decoration. The daylilies are coming up. Those are gonna be edible flowers once they do bloom. Wow, look at the difference in here. Everything is so much greener compared to a couple weeks ago. Wow. Oh, look at these daffodils. They're still blooming. They look so good. I think I already mentioned the purple nettle is edible. We have our persimmon trees up there. Persimmons ripen in the fall, around like November, December. Really cool to have fruit at that time of year. And look at our phlox. Oh, so gorgeous. Not edible, but a really great ground cover. This is moss phlox, one of my favorites, because this was like one plant originally, like one small pot, and you can see it's grown and take over. You can see we have our compost pile over there. We'll do a separate video for compost. Ooh, here we have some yarrow. Yarrow is native. You can find it wild in the woods. Really great for, here it says colds and fevers, but it's also really great for wounds. In fact, you can take these leaves, crush them, and put them directly on like a really deep wound, and it actually stops the bleeding, which is amazingly helpful. Ooh, we have some sage here. So yeah, there's just a lot going on. We have some more bee balm here. Oh, these are called golden alexanders, really pretty flowers. Ooh, is that some hairy vetch right here? Nitrogen fixing. You can see it kind of looks like a pea or bean flower. Elderberries everywhere. The pear trees are going nuts. Here's the creeping phlox. Same type of flower, but just a different species. Down here we have kind of our wetter zone. It's a little bit more mesic or wet soil down here. Look how gorgeous the phlox are. So this reddish shrub here is actually blueberry. So you can see we do have our sign here, the low bush blueberry. And blueberries are really good for improving memory. Great for students trying to study for exams and things. We have the low bush, and right there we have the high bush blueberry. And they do have little buds on them. They're about to bloom, and each one of those flowers will become an individual blueberry. These are one of my favorites. I told you about the steppables. These are the pennyroyal steppable. And they spread. They were originally growing over. Oh yeah, there's some over there still. They make this beautiful carpet, and they smell really good. I like to rub my face on them because they smell so good. Very, very minty. It's a kind of type of mint. Not really good for eating, but great for smelling. There's our sign for comfrey. It naturally fertilizes the soil. We do have some anise hyssop in here. You can see the old flowers. It smells really good. Type of mint. We have some iris flowers here. These are northern sea oats. I may have already mentioned that. Here's the dead northern sea oat. It's a type of grass. It's good to have grasses in your landscape because they're going to be weeds anyway if you don't have natural, desirable. So I'm just removing some of the dead stems here to show you our strawberries. Oh, look at the strawberries. So that yellow center there is what's going to be the edible part. And this is what strawberries look like. They have 3 leaves with these serrated edges. And these are your typical garden strawberry. These are going to get nice and big, which just like you would find in the store. But they take a long time to ripen. Oh, did somebody leave some flowers here? Oh, that's so sweet. This is one of our dwarf nectarine. You can see I already told you most of our fruit trees are dwarf. This is the area where we're going to have our passion fruit coming up. They don't grow back until it gets hot in May though, so hopefully that will happen then. We have a weeping cherry here. These are wild strawberries. You've seen them, very common, tiny little red fruit. They don't taste like anything, but they are edible. Oh, look at those happy buds. We do have lots of onion chives. Onion chives are going to be kind of like a straw, so each blade is hollow and tastes just like onion. So these grow wild, and it can be a really good survival food because in the winter they're still green. This is packed with vitamin C and other nutrients. You can eat the bulb as well. Really good for cooking. And if you're in a survival situation in the winter, you can eat these. If it smells like garlic or onion, it's almost always safe to eat. All the garlic and onion tasting and smelling plants are safe to eat. So it's a really good, foolproof edible. These are my favorite strawberries. They're called Alpine strawberries, and they don't spread like the garden strawberries we saw earlier, and they're much smaller, as you can see, but they ripen really fast and they're really delicious. I mean, it tastes like strawberry candy packed in this little thing. It's just amazing. Here's our fig tree. Oh, she's growing back. There's some old figs that were on there. Figs are very unique in that they don't actually have flowers. And they're typically pollinated by wasps that lay their eggs on the inside. But these are self-fertile figs, so they don't rely on the wasps. The fruit just form. But these little baby leaves are so fuzzy and cute. We have some other decorative plants we added in the fall, these red heucheras. They're really pretty. We have some carex grasses we put in nice lines. These yellow flowers are currants. Currant berries are really healthy. We have some purple heuchera as well. Just really good evergreens that are going to stay really pretty even in the winter when most of the plants are dead. So there's another plant that I'm looking for. Oh, here's our echinacea growing back. Oh, these are the dwarf thornless raspberries. So these raspberries will ripen in July, and they're just like the raspberries you buy from the store. Really big and delicious, but these ones are thornless, so there's no thorns, and they always stay nice and short, and they don't take over like wild blackberries. They don't hurt you as much, right? We have some steppable thyme here. I think I mentioned that earlier. I'm looking for a really common weed. Oh, here's a dandelion. So dandelions are considered weeds. You know what the dandelion flower looks like. Every part of this is edible. I've made wine or honey wine or mead from the dandelion flowers. You can just straight up eat the leaves. You can cook them. They're really good with salt and vinegar. And then the root you can dry and turn into a tea, and it's really good for detoxes and really beneficial for your health. Oh, here's one. This is my favorite weed, as they call it, but it's called plantain. Does not produce the banana that you think of as plantain. Has these unique veins in it. So the reason you want to know identify this, it helps with bee stings. Even any bug bite. If you have a bee sting, you do not need to be in pain. You just find some plantain. They grow in the poorest of soil. You're going to chew it up and spit it out. And I'm going to do a little bit longer than that. And this is called a poultice. It doesn't taste that good, but it is safe to eat. You can eat it like a salad green. You're going to slap this on to wherever you have a bug bite or bee sting and hold it. The pain is gone in 2 seconds flat. It's amazing. So you really got to know about plantain. It's going to grow low to the ground, and the veins are very unique because there's multiple primary veins that go from the stem down to the leaf. Typically, a plant will have a main vein with secondary veins that go along it. So a smooth edge, low to the ground. And they do have like you know, like a foot tall flowers later in the season that are also really good for digestion. They're really high in fiber. They're called psyllium husk. You might find that in some colon cleansing products and things. Really good for digestive systems. We have so many other plants here. Oh, we have some gooseberries. They are spiky, but they're really, really good. Clovers are throughout the garden because they fix nitrogen. So that is pretty much the highlights here, especially for the springtime. Oh, we also have some garlic chives here. Garlic chives are eaten for the flavor, high nutritional value. So the difference is that these are going to be flat. So they're not the hollow tube like the onion chives. And these are spreading really easily. Great for cooking. So you can come by here and grab some garlic chives, grab some herbs to cook with and bring them home. The point of this site is that anybody can come and harvest as long as you leave some to share with others and you're harvesting safely so you know what's edible. Hopefully these signs will help. Hopefully this tour will help. And we're currently working on creating digital maps so that you can come here and look at each bed and the label that it has and identify the plants based on where they are in each garden bed. So hopefully you enjoyed watching and hopefully you are inspired. It's absolutely gorgeous here. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.